Hey guys, Krista here. I am here to do my weekly meme. As you may or may not have realized, I didn't do one last week, so you're going to get 2 episodes this weekend. Feel free to watch or not, but these are the books that I've read over the last couple weeks, and there's been a lot because I've been playing catch up on the books that I was asked to review. If you don't know, on my blog, cubicleblindness.com, I review a lot of self-published authors. I know how hard it is for them to get reviews out there and for bloggers to accept their work. So I have put myself out there. I've put myself on lists to be available to these authors that need their books reviewed. And for the majority, I accept the majority of the requests that I get. It's very rare that I refuse one, because if it at least sounds a little tiny bit of appealing to me, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to read it. So, I've been trying to catch up on a lot of these books that I have that I've accepted. And so that leads to me reading a lot of books and having a lot of very long videos for my weekly reads video. So on to it. You guys probably don't want to hear all of this, but if you didn't know, that's what's up. That's what I do. That's what I try to do anyway. So I got a graphic novel in for review for the crime site that I review for. She has started featuring graphic novels with strong female lead characters. And I got a book in from Tor entitled The Battle of Blood and Ink. Short story is entitled Fable of the Flying City. It's my first steampunk graphic novel that I've read. This one is just black and white drawings. There's no color pages in this one. And it is about a flying city. The main character's name is Ash. She's really gung-ho fighting. She's a strong female lead character. And her friend have a one-page paper that they put out to the city. And in this particular story, she is she kind of comes across the how the city is able to fly, and the government isn't too happy with her that she knows this information. A lot of things happen, so she gets on a lot of bad side of some people. I found out doing some research that the author slash designer of this graphic novel has a podcast where he actually tells the stories in his podcast, and then they have developed into the graphic novel. This is kind of a book that would be really good, like, in addition to this podcast, and the website is also very fantastic. The website. I'll put the website below because it also lists all of the podcasts on there. Oh, this book is a good addition to the other things that he's already created. So that's about it for that. It was my first steampunk one. I kind of wish, because the main character on the cover is portrayed with having this vibrant red hair that she has in dreadlocks, and I kind of was hoping, a little bit of me was hoping that the inside would be colored glossy pages as well, to put some of that spunkiness spunkiness of her hair color and the vibrant hair color, along with that steampunk dress that she wears, to have a more visual of it. But maybe in the future, graphic novels start getting picked up more and more people were reading them. Maybe they'll revamp it, trying to say, but maybe a collection of them, they'll come out with some colored pages, because that'd be pretty awesome. It would add more visually to the story. So when I read through just the graphic novel, I gave it 3 stars. But when I realized that there was additional stuff like the website and the podcast, the stories really are amazing, and I think that, if you put it together as a whole package, I think that really it would be more a 4 or 5 star rating for me. But just the graphic novel alone, I gave it 3 stars because I wasn't aware that this other stuff was going on online, and with the addition of the stuff online, It made the graphic novel more appealing to me, but I had already read it and rated it and wrote my review on it, and had to, when I went to research it a little bit more, found out there was all this additional stuff. So as a whole package of looking at all of the works put together, I would probably rate it more 4.5 stars than I did the 3 stars that I gave it, just coming into it really unknowing what other stuff was out there. Um, I reread Bumped by Megan McCafferty because I got the sequel and final installation of that series, Thumped, in for review. And I felt that Thumped was how the same feelings I had about Bumped. I think it's a really controversial book that she has going here, but it's a great to bring upon a lot of discussion for younger readers. The popularity of getting pregnant, making it more of a reality show and a celebrity kind of type status for the people that are having the babies, these 15, 16-year-old kids that are having the babies in this world that she's built, is really good for discussion topics. And they do have discussion booklets in the back of the books. I didn't completely love it with some of the other books that I have been reading about teens needing to get pregnant early on in life. So overall, I gave Bumped and Thumped each 3 stars each. Thumped, is the continuation of the story and ending of the story. It kind of ties everything together. So I think it's a really just a couple of books that are great for discussion. I read Brambleban by Jonathan Grant. This is an adult book about a writer who gets kicked out of his house by his wife, pretty much who considers him a failure. And he stumbles upon a man in a coffee shop. He's at his lowest point in his life at the moment. And the stranger named Trouble, a man named Trouble, comes into his life and offers him a deal to finish writing a professor's novel. And he accepts, mostly due to his current situation. He realizes how much trouble him working out the details of the novel and doing a little bit of research on his own is going to get him into. So he really gets into a lot of trouble. It's a book that's full of history. There's a lot, it's regarding a plantation or a house, and around the time of slavery and whatnot, the kind of history that went around during this time. And as he digs deeper into the history of this house and land, it starts to hit kind of close to home. It's him in a lot of trouble and danger, and he's got to kind of work out of that. While reading the book, I thought a lot of Michael Connelly's and I want to say John Grisham's work, and I ended up rating that one 4 stars. I also read Wanderdust by Michelle Warren. She's starting to get like premonitions, and people are coming after her, named Grungy Gang, and they want to kill her. And we do have the mysterious hot boy who is stalking her. This one is paranormal. It brings in some Egyptian myth lore to it. Disconnected with the characters, but the actual story and the plot were pretty interesting and fun. I ended up giving this one 3 stars. I also read Shut Up by Ann Tibbetts. It's a girl that is going through some turmoil at home when her sister becomes pregnant, and the sister and her boyfriend move into the house, and it causes a lot of upsetting in the family. The sister is kind of unstable emotionally with what she's going through, and kind of takes out her emotions on her little sister. And her parents are kind of distracted and too busy dealing with the pregnant older sister than to really pay attention to what is going on with the younger sister. Um, Teenage pregnancy. Her older sister Gwen was only 17 years old when she got pregnant. She's decided to marry the guy, and they move in. Mary is not knowing how to react to the situation. She doesn't really have anybody to go to, and she's looking for a release from the situation that she's in. And it really it talks a lot about depression, suicidal thoughts, and talking things out or keeping them in, and family interactions and how parents can or cannot witness these things and have a say and participate and notice and notice these things going on in the house when there's so much going on. So I enjoyed it a lot. I gave it 5 stars. I thought that the story was really well done. It had me gripped from the first page. I was into this story, wanting to know how this girl was going to survive this situation because it was intense.